So fast forward to July of 2019. Barbara Portsline helped me get my business prepared. I had a presentation. I came and talked to them. I had people from all over the country come. The founder of Polka Dot, my friend Shannon Crotty, came. Friends, family, I launched my business. Oh man, July of 2019, the things were happening. I was on a roll. I was excited. I had clients, and then I wasn't excited at all because COVID-19 happened. I'm an image consultant. I'm a style crusader. This was my future in 2020.
Good morning, Albuquerque. It's 9 o'clock on Wednesday, and that means it's time for 1 million cups. So get your coffee and your donuts if they're here, and come on, make yourself comfortable, and let's get rolling. If you're new here, point your phone at that QR code that's on the screen or on these cards that are distributed around the place. If you check in on 3 different occasions, you will get a pen. If you check in on 6 different occasions, you will get the coveted 1 million cups notebook. Don't steal mine, okay? Oops. So this is our mission. The mission of 1 million cups, oh boy, is to increase the size of the audience. Come on, come on. Sit up front, guys. Don't be shy. You're not going to get anywhere in this world being shy. The mission of 1 million cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for new and aspiring entrepreneurs all through the United States. So the journey of entrepreneurship is a lonely one. You're going to need some help along the way, and that help is here at 1 million cups. So how do we do that? There's a national mission and a local mission. In the national mission, we're supported by the Kauffman Foundation. And for those of you who are new here, I'll tell you the story. Kauffman was a guy that came home from World War II and decided he was going to do something with himself. And he became a pharma rep and sold drugs out of a suitcase door to door. He got up early, he took good care of his customers, and he showed up for work every day. And pretty soon he had a compounding pharmacy that he turned into a pretty large operation. And he did all that without a college education by getting up early in the morning, knocking on doors, and taking care of people. So his idea was anybody could be an entrepreneur if you put in an honest day's work. And that's the inspiration for 1 million cups. So he had it kind of figured out in an earlier day. Some of us are trying to do more complicated things. And so we'll need help from the community and from the Kauffman Foundation. So the Kauffman Foundation trains the organizers, and we are trained in how to coach presenters so that there's a uniform format of 1 million cups all across the United States. So every location is, of course, unique. This community has its own unique advantages, and we take advantage of those. But these are the other locations in the Southwest. We're the only location in New Mexico, which makes it easy to be the best location in New Mexico. But we're also told by our regional rep that we're unusually active and particularly successful. So here are the key pillars of 1 million cups. These are presentations, not pitches. And what we mean by that is in a pitch, you're typically in front of people that have a lot of money, and you have to present your company in the best possible light. Everything's flawless. You have the perfect team. You have a perfect moat. You have everything you need except their money. And everyone who's an entrepreneur knows that you've never had a day like that in your life. So here, this is a place where you can open up to the community, talk about the challenges you're facing, ask for help, try to find people who can help you identify your unknown unknowns, the things you don't know and that you don't know that you don't know, and all of those things to help you succeed as an entrepreneur. So we're also interested in authentic connections, not just networking. This isn't a contest to see how many business cards you can pass out in 2 minutes. This is a chance for you to come week after week and form relationships with people that you find here, find out what they know, maybe tell them something you know, and certainly it's a good place to get introduced to people that are going to help you in your journey. It's run for the community, by the community. All of the organizers are volunteers. That's not to say we don't get anything out of it. We don't get any money out of it, but I found this to be a deeply enriching experience, and I think the other organizers will tell you the same thing. We are radically and intentionally inclusive. All kinds of businesses are welcome here. a little mom and pop brick and mortar operation, a whiteboard company that just got a little bit of funding, somebody who's starting to scale up, or people who have gone all the way and are here to tell us how it's done. So all of those people are welcome here. We have something to learn from all of those folks and perhaps something to teach to some of them. All right, that's again, summary of our mission statement. As a reminder that this is an educational and helpful environment, and we'd like you to stay polite and try to learn things and teach things. If someone says something that you strongly disagree with, that might be an opportunity to keep your opinion to yourself. And it's easy to apply to present. If you have a for-profit business designed as a company that sells goods or services for more than it costs to produce them, and to someone besides your mom, you can apply and we'll assign you a coach. We'll make you look your best, and we'll give you a chance to stand up in front of the world here. And by the world, I mean, these presentations are on YouTube. So when you're trying to explain your company to other people, you can simply point them to the video and they can get your introduction to your company. So it's a great thing to do. I've taken serious advantage of that opportunity over the past several years. These are our organizers. I'm Paul Sauter with Equisy. Lisa Atkins, who's traveling the world right now, is our host here at Fat Pipe. Eric Ritz Whitmore is perhaps online, I don't know. Danielle is here, and Sonia is probably online, and Keikoa and Oscar with Legacy Family Documentaries are also probably watching from afar. So talk to me or Danielle if you want to talk to an organizer. Okay, we also thank our sponsors. Fat Pipe has been our sponsors. This is starting our 10th year in here, and we've never paid a dime in rent to Fat Pipe. So Fat Pipe is a tremendous resource for 1 Million Cups, and they've been very generous in supporting us here. Jason Collin Photography always makes us look good. Great headshots if you're looking for a headshot. More Than Organized. Miriam Ortiz-Pino organizes your stuff, your thoughts, and provides creamer. Foundation for Sustainable Living is providing the coffee in the back. Noventum Custom Software Development, they make software that doesn't suck, and they also bring donuts. And Minuteman Press, if you want to put ink on paper, give them a call. All right, thanks for joining us, and I'm going to hand it off to whoever coached our presenter. That would be you, Debbie. Thanks for getting up this great morning.
Ooh, good morning, everyone. We have a nice crowd today. So I had the opportunity to get a little bit of a sneak peek to Mercedes' presentation today. So this is an update. She presented, I think, last October? November. So a little bit, almost a year. And we're going to hear some of the fantastic things that presenting at 1 Million Cups was able to provide for her and her business. So with that in mind, ready? Sure. Come on up. This is Miss Mercedes Wharton with Timmie's Closet.
Well, hello, everybody. It's like a full room. I'm so excited to be here. I am the owner of Timmie's Closet. My name is Mercedes Wharton, and let's get started. Okay, so I am the owner of Timmie's Closet. Again, I am Mercedes Wharton, and this is my update from for 1 Million Cups I presented last November. I don't know, you guys probably know Carrie Bender. She is the small business liaison to the mayor's office, and she has helped me, coach me, and she has said, whatever I tell you do. And I'm like, okay. And she said, can you present at 1 Million Cups? And I said, sure. And here I am almost a year later. So, okay. So I'm going to give you the definition of what an image consultant is. It is a specialist who helps improve a client's professional or personal image, helps elevate, enhance, improve, update somebody's look. What I do is more than this definition. I am a style crusader with my hands on my hips. And I fight for you to be the best version of yourself. And you're like, okay, Mercedes, I just get up and I get dressed. But I will tell you, as a style crusader, I want you to be able to tell your story. The most important story is your story. And I help you do that with your clothing. I want you to embrace who you are in this moment, meaning I don't want you to wait for that someday, or I used to look like that yesterday. I want you to embrace who you are now. And when I tell you this, it's because I've learned from meeting with clients that we all carry this negative talk about ourselves. I've done it. The things I tell myself, I would never walk up to you and go, guess what? You look horrible in that outfit and you look a little bloated. No, I would never do that to anybody. So why am I doing it to myself? Why are you doing it to yourself? You deserve to feel and look good. So I will share my story with you. It starts here with this lady. I don't know if you all know her, but this is Dr. Barbara Portsline. And she and I were part of a connection group called Polka Dot Powerhouse. I'm still in it. She helped get it to Albuquerque, and she asked me to be on leadership. What an honor. So I said yes. So then she said, we need all the leadership to have a presentation ready. And in my head, I thought, I got time. So then I got a call about 2 months in from our launching, and she said, you have your presentation ready, right? And I said, yes, I do. And the pressure from that moment was a good pressure in the sense that she got me really thinking. At the time, I was doing a direct sales for a friend's purse business. So I was kind of already on this journey, not knowing. And I presented, my dad had just passed about 8 months before. And I realized I was going to talk about my dad, my family. I was going to talk about how putting on clothes makes you feel good and how it can set the tone for the day. So she walks up to me and says, after I present, and says, wow, I can see you doing more. I can see you dressing people from head to toe. And I looked at her like I was a caged animal, and she had cornered me, because why would she do that? She said, I know you love your friend and her business. There is more for you out there. I am telling you word for word what she told me, because it was a core memory. And rather than going, wow, thank you so much for believing in me. Okay, what do we got to do? I went, okay. And I left. And I left mad because I felt cornered. And I felt she put me in a position of something that I knew I was going to have to do, and I didn't want to do. And let me tell you, I got held back in second grade because I wasn't reading well. And I like to tell people that I did second grade twice because I loved it so much. But that's a coping mechanism of like, these are things that happen to me. But that meant I had to go back to school. And that meant, how am I going to do this? So I ignored her for 2.5 years about the subject. And then I kept getting little shoulder taps and little things telling me I need to do this. And so she planted the seed, a seed that didn't really want to do it, but she planted the seed. And so from there, I went back to school. I Googled fashion stylist, and up came the school called the Fashion Stylist Institute. The lady that is the founder of this school lived in Albuquerque. Tell me things don't happen for a reason. So I got certified. I got certified as a wardrobe, fashion, and jewelry accessory stylist. 3 different certifications. I am part of a group, of global chapter for image consultants called AICI, Association of Image Consultants. And so here I started the journey. So once I started, I'm like, I need a fashion icon. Who is going to be my fashion icon? Well, these fashion icon movie stars are my parents. And my parents had me when they were in their 40s. So first of all, let's just say how cool my parents look. I mean, come on. My mom's in a monochromatic outfit, all white. My dad's got his foot on the running board of a cool old car, wearing a suit. So this is Benny and Timmie Lujan. So duh, they're right in front of me. These are my fashion icons. This is, there we go. So this is Timmie, this is my mom. And I can tell you, I found all these photos of my mom in her 20s. And I'm like, who poses like that? Who is this woman? I want to feel the way she looks in this photo. I want my clients to feel the way she looks in this photo. So this is Benny. He's kind, positive, outgoing, and hilarious. And if my dad was here, he would tell you, if you don't believe me, ask me. And so we did everything together. I moved home from living in Albuquerque. I was going to TVI, which is now C&M. That shows my age. And I moved home because we had some loss in our family. But what I learned from my dad was you get up, get dressed, and get going. Now, not every day was going to be a great day, but me and my dad were a team, and we were going to do it together. So fast forward to July of 2019. Barbara Portsline helped me get my business prepared. I had a presentation. I came and talked to a bunch. I had people from all over the country come. The founder of Polka Dot, my friend Shannon Crotty, came. Friends, family. I launched my business. Oh man, July of 2019, the things were happening. I was on a roll. I was excited. I had clients, and then I wasn't excited at all because COVID-19 happened. I'm an image consultant. I'm a style crusader. This was my future in 2020. This is the standard uniform for what I was doing. What was I doing? I didn't know what I was going to do. I actually did some virtual styling, help people clean their closets through the World Wide Web, but I'm a people person, and so I didn't love it, but I have embraced it because it's business anytime, anywhere, right? So what do you do next? Well, my husband kept saying, you're on a delay. You're on a delay. It's okay. Just keep telling yourself you're on a delay. I knew I was needed. I knew that things were going to change. Maybe we weren't going to dress the same for presentations or for work or how we work, but I knew I was needed. So what do you do next? You listen to your friend Carrie Bender that says you need to come to present at 1 Million Cups. So I came and I had amazing feedback. My head was going to explode basically. And I'm still going through ideas of what everybody shared with me. So it was fantastic. And then a collaboration was born. Do you guys know these two awesome dudes from Legacy? Family Documentaries. These guys are Kikoa and Oscar. They are amazing. If you don't know what they do family documentaries. So imagine those two sitting next to each other as I present about my family, and they're elbowing each other the whole time. They came up to me and introduced themselves to me. So they came to my house, and these are some of the behind the scenes. They wanted to help me tell my story for my business. They wanted to do it from a good place in their heart, and we made this great connection. They came to my house, they set up the equipment. Listen, whatever it takes, Oscar was a trooper. He was a team player. They sat me down for the interview. They asked me questions about me, my family, my life, and what came out of it was exactly what Timmie's Closet is all about. So how has this video helped me? Let me just tell you. I share this video, I think you said this earlier. I share this video to potential clients. When somebody says, what the heck's a style crusader or an image consultant? I share the video. I used this video to talk. So let me just back up. So I get this message on Facebook from our former global president for image consultants. She reached out. She didn't have any words on the thing. It was just an application to apply to be a speaker. I'm like freaking out for her conference. It's called the Ignite Conference. So I look at it and guess what? Part of the application was I needed a video. What? So I will be speaking in a month in Delray, Florida on a panel of image consultants. And all I did was just send the video. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, as a solopreneur and entrepreneur, you don't have to do this alone. This room is full of people that have ideas. Be brave. Go up to somebody and reach out and talk about collaboration. You are a small business. You deserve to be seen. We are coming out of COVID. We deserve to be seen. Everybody's like, oh, but a stylist is for celebrities. Well, you are a celebrity. You deserve to wear clothes that make you feel good. You deserve your small business to be seen. So attend your 1 Million Cups meetings. It's free. It's got great people here. And then see what happens. So I'm going to show you the video. There may be a commercial in front of it. Just ignore it. But this is our collaboration, and I'm excited to share it with you.
So my name is Mercedes Wharton. I am an image consultant, and I help people in the short run get dressed, but I help them elevate, improve, update, enhance their look, but it's so much more than that.
I've been swinging like a pendulum for you. I've been swinging like a pendulum for you.
I've been married almost 23 years. I have a son that's 19, almost 20. I have pets galore that I love, and I like to get dressed, and I like to wear clothes that make me feel good. My dad had a lot of loss in his life, so in an 8-year period, he lost my mom of 31 years suddenly. He became a single dad of 3 girls, ages 17, 15, and 12. And then he started dating. My dad was very popular. He's very handsome. And then he met Irma, who fell head over heels for. And they got married. She had 3 kids. He had 3 kids, and we instantly became the Brady Bunch. And soon after that, my stepmom ended up passing away from cancer. So they were only married for 5 years. And so that's a lot. I moved home, and what I saw from my dad was somebody that got up at the same time every day. He wore clothes that made him feel good. And they weren't designer brands, but he definitely was expressing who he was and setting the tone for the day. So not every day was gonna be a great day, but he and I knew we were gonna make the best of each day. So I observed lessons from my dad about putting on clothes and how it makes you feel and how it can set the tone for the day. So that was huge. My mom passed away when I was 12, so I didn't really get to know her, but cousins, my mom was the youngest of 16 kids. So cousins would tell me stories about my mom, and I have pictures of my mom. So even though I didn't get to have like a real connection with her in that sense, I did connect with her through photos. And what I saw was this person that exuded confidence, and I wanted to feel the way she looked in those photos. So when I see photos of her, I'm like, wow, you can take a photo and tell a story. My mom's name was Timmie, and everybody called her Timmie. So I instantly knew in my head it's gonna be called Timmie's Closet. And so she was gonna be representative of what I do in my brand. Why not it be the best version of yourself, and then people are gonna take notice. It might inspire someone else. And that's a big deal too, I think.
Let's give a round of applause. They were able to tell my story so well. And so that was for me presenting and coming here. Like, it's insane. Okay, so how can 1 Million Cups assist me now, almost a year later? Think of me when you have headshots coming up. Think of me when you have to clean out your closet and you don't really want to do it. Think of me when you're applying for a job. Attend when I public speak. That's something I'm going to start doing more. I'm going to be putting together a presentation on sustainability because that's my jam. I love being able to shop in my own closet and consignment and all that kind of thing. Follow me on social media, like, comment, share, listen to my podcast. I have a podcast called The Style Crusader on Apple and Spotify. I did a really cool 3-series. I've been wanting to do it. Deanna probably knows I've been talking about it for over a year. I wanted to do my 3 favorite things: the mob, true crime, and fashion. So I spoke on John Gotti. I spoke on Elizabeth Holmes from Theranos, and I spoke on Anna Delvey, who is the fake heiress. So check it out. Just listen to it. And then reach out to me. Just connect with me. I'm a people person. I've come to terms. I've tried to hide it, but I am a people person. So connect with me because You may have an idea that may lead me down a different path. I might have an idea for you that may lead you down a different path. So thank you for letting me come back and speak. And this is all my information and I appreciate it. So thank you.
Why do you do it? Thank you, thank you. Okay, so you kind of listed out, you know, what this community can do for you. Is there one specific thing right now, if you had to give us one task, what can we do?
Just reach out to me. Just reach out to me and connect. I would say that right now.
There you go. And the most important question, red or green?
I like both. I'm not a Christmas fan, but I'll go on a kick on red and sometimes I'll go on a kick on green. So, you know.
Well, thank you very much. So now I guess we're having questions or comments, advice, thanks. Anybody got anything fancy for Mercedes over here? Yes, please. Perfect. Oh, go, Mr. Paul.
All right, so two things about Million Cups Etiquette, for those of you who are new. You hold the microphone like Mick Jagger does, you know, up to your face like this, or a rap artist if you're younger, you know, like this, and you can be heard. If you hold it as a talisman, you can't be heard at all, right? So do this, okay? And the other thing you should do is identify yourself. I'm Paul Sauter, founder and chief scientific officer of Equiseek. We sell genetic tests for horses. Okay, so my question for you is, when we're in accelerators, we're always taught to develop an avatar. You know, what is our ideal client? You know, in terms of, you know, age, you know, background, income, all that stuff. So who is your perfect client?
My perfect client is the person that is ready to take the step to be brave and go outside their comfort zone. So it's not an age thing necessarily, but I set my intention to get the clients that are ready to take the steps. Because I can tell you, clothing is emotion on a hanger. When I've worked with my clients, I've gone into their closets and there is a lot of heavy stuff there. So I want the client that is ready to work with me and I'm ready to work with them.
Thank you, that's great. Who's next?
I just can't believe there's not a whole line of people coming up here to congratulate you and say thank you, because I thought the presentation was amazing and I love what you're doing to help people. My name's John Patrick. I'm developing a startup business called Amazing Life Works, and it's kind of a wellness business with sound baths and soundscapes and kind of consulting people in wellness and intentionality.
Yep.
And so I see what you do being the exterior of that. Well, it comes from the interior and goes to the exterior.
Yep.
So it's not so much that I have a question, but it sounds like you were on this amazing journey that all started with your family and using your mother as kind of like this model.
The muse, yeah.
And that kind of happened to me in my storytelling with my mom. And anyways, I just wanted to thank you so much for coming out here and how much this community has helped me and changed my life. There's a story in progress with what's going on with that, but I'm so happy to see you here today, and I want to talk to you after the
Excellent.
group. So anyway, give Mercedes a hand, everybody.
Oh, thank you. I would say to you, I always say fashion is my passion, right? That sounds cheesy, but my purpose is to be of service. That is every single one of us. And when we are of service, we are telling our stories. And that is where we connect with people. And that's where we find the right people. So keep telling your story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Coco. I'm the founder of Sensiboo. Sensiboo is a platform that equips parents to have current and future parents to have the closest bond with their baby possible.
Cute.
So if you can't tell, I like to have my own style.
Yeah.
But really this started when I was a kid. I was in an organization called 4-H, and my favorite 4-H project was something called consumer clothing. And so this is a project that's actually all about what you're doing, but you're doing it so much better than our, 1970s kind of curriculum that we had at 4-H. But I was just curious, have you partnered with any youth organizations to, one, get exposure for your company, but also to help people where, they're kind of creating a foundation of their self-esteem and their style?
So recently last spring, I was, and I can't remember the name of the group. It's like DECA, but it's all kids, high school kids and mid schoolers in business. And I was a judge. So I got to judge some of their sustainability projects, but I didn't really get to have a moment where I got to mentor them. So I have not done that yet, but I would be open to it. I used to be a cheerleading coach. And so I'm still a cheerleader, let's just be honest. And so one of my things was mentoring the girls, and we had guys too. And so I'm all about it because it starts with, my dad was a fireman for 31 years in Los Alamos. I grew up in Los Alamos. And so my dad adopted all the kids in town. Like everybody knew my dad. So I feel like I just learned that from him. And that's what I want for, you just need one person to say, I see you, I believe in you, and it can set them on their path. So I'm all about it. So yes, if you want to reach out with me after, I would love to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Good
Hi.
morning and good to see you here.
Yeah, good to see
Again.
you.
I'm Barbara Dawson with Purple Mulch. And years ago, I mean, we're talking 25, 30, maybe 40 years ago.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday, yeah. I actually hired someone to help dress me because we were going into a new business where I was going to be teaching people at Sandia Labs, Los Alamos Labs, the city of Albuquerque, how to use computers.
Oh,
So I remember going out with her and she went shopping with me. And when we, it was like, I hope she buys it all. And I ended up doing that. And it made a big difference in the way I felt when I walked into those classrooms. Now I'm working with students at the University of New Mexico. I've got a team of 4 women that are in sales, and we're going to a sales competition. Now, how do women show up in sales? How do we do that? And a lot of them, I'm looking around the room, they have a lot of makeup on. They have, they're dressed for the university. So I guess what I would ask you is, how would you coach or share with those students about what would be their best show up in what to be a professional salesperson?
So let me ask you this. Is it a little much when you, and I don't want to call anybody out, but this is what I would say.
Yes.
I would say that I want you to dress authentically you.
Yes.
And when I meet with a client, I say, have an open mind. And this is for me too. Like I could dress you to look amazing, but if you are not feeling it and you're robotic, then I haven't done my job because I haven't listened. So I tell that to the client, but then I also say, listen, have an open heart because what you think might not look good from what I've seen working with clients. So I collaborate with what goes around consignment stores. So people can hire me through the store. And so I bring clients there. And I've heard over and over, I would have never thought to put this on. Or, I mean, I have a great picture of one of my clients where she has a white shirt and a black shirt. They're both the exact same shirt. The photo of her in the white shirt is she's like this. Like a little, I don't want to wear this. And then I said, okay, well, I'm taking a picture anyway. And then I put her in the black shirt and her whole body language changed. So it is a conversation and it's having an open heart. And when I work with clients, that's all I can do. And then you can see the body language change. You can see people's posture change. When they come out of the room and then they like, oh, you can see it.
So I guess part of my question is, are you helping people put on, wear a style that's going to take them into a boardroom or a sales, showing up in a sales position for large companies? How do you do that?
So I am very nosy and I like to know exactly what you do for your work. Do you work in an office? Do you present? Do you see people every day? I want to know what you do outside of work. What do you do on a Saturday? Do you wear sweats? Do you like to hike? These are all things I want to know about you. So then I can start to get an idea of how to work with you. So yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We've got 2 online,
Okay.
so Kikoa, you can go ahead and unmute.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry I couldn't make it today, Mercedes. Oh my gosh. But I was there in spirit. I was on the Facebook Live. Oh, you killed it today. And I
Thank
don't
you.
have,
I killed it thanks to you and Oscar too. So you guys are like my peeps.
and I don't have any questions or anything like that, but I just want to let you know that me and Oscar are both here in spirit with you. And oh my
Awesome.
gosh, thank you so much for all the love that you sent us. And if there's anything more that we can do for you, just let us know, okay?
Excellent. These guys are my brothers from another mother's. No.
Annie, you go after this gentleman.
Hi, I'm Graham.
Hi, Graham.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Fantastic presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just came back from Asia Pac, looking to relocate to the US. I've got a background, I'm an MBA. I have a background in account management, general management, B2B technology, consulting, things like that. The reason I came up, I guess there are a couple. So one, I have a friend in Taiwan where I was living, and his daughter just graduated from college. In high school, she started selling thrift clothes to people online. I've heard she's recently gone to TikTok and done very well, thousands, maybe 35,000, 50,000 viewers,
Yeah.
that type of thing. She just graduated from college. A lot of her friends are going into consulting, investment banking, things like that. She's decided to move to LA and continue with fashion and style and things like that. So she's done that. So this resonated in that sense. So I think it's fantastic to follow your passion and make something out of it.
Yeah.
My question is I'm a pretty curious guy. So I'm just sort of curious, how do you find customers? And beyond finding customers, do you have pictures of your customers or testimonials from your customers, things like that?
So, what was the first question? How do I find customers?
Yes.
I did a presentation when I launched, and where's Carrie Bender? There she is. She came to my presentation when I launched, and she was one of my first customers. She has rehired me multiple times. I've really just put myself out there, and I worked with, like I said, I collaborate out of what goes around, and I work with the staff. I actually worked there for almost a year during COVID because I wanted to know the background of how that works, because I like being sustainable. That's kind of my thing. So I just reach out to people. I had somebody recommend someone to me, and we've set a date. I have had a few testimonials. That's something that I'm working on, is to get people to know what I do and how it's turned out for them. And so that's something I need to work on more. I do videos, I do reels. I'm not a TikToker, but I do reels. And so I reach out to people that are vintage. So I've gone through town and I've started to introduce myself. I've asked them if I can interview them quickly, and they let me do it. So that's something that's coming that I'll start posting. I do that with people. Like I will ask, what's your favorite thing about getting dressed? What do you love? And if they don't have anything, then that's where I go, okay, well, let's talk. And then that's an honest conversation too, because not everybody loves getting dressed. Not everybody likes putting on clothes. How can I help you change it? So I'm just getting out there. I'm like literally relaunching this past year. I've just been out and about. So it's happening. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you and good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I've got one by first. Annie, you can unmute.
Okay, thanks. Timmie, thank you for your presentation. That was awesome. I do
Thank
have
you.
a couple of questions, if you will, and curiosity on my part. With the advent of social and sustainable environmental issues, what is your thoughts on working with foundations like Dress for Success to help people transition into employment from, say, incarceration or domestic situations? That's a big need out there. And I think
Yes.
there's a reach, you can kill multiple birds with the same stone, right? Be socially conscious, environmentally conscious by repurposing suits that's no longer used by people and being donated. I mean, my family always has, because I've got a sister who's a VP, she's always giving me suits. And I'm like, I don't wear this anymore. I'm retired, and I'd love to give it to a good cause and good reason. And people can reuse them for, right, going back into employment, from incarceration, from domestic situation, whatever the case may be, right? In that venue, if you will, or platform. What's your thoughts on that?
So I did volunteer for Dress for Success. I was the person that met with, they have to go through a whole process, and I'm the last person that they see. So I fit them for, before they go for their interviews. So I am part of that. I also, through what goes around, there's donations to the Assistance League in Albuquerque. So one of the things I offer is I will go through your closet. I know what goes around may take. I'll bring it. You don't have to do anything. And what you don't want back, it will go to the Assistance League. So that's one of the things that I do. So yes, we're on the same page.
Thank you, Timmie. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Athena Christodoulou, founder of Udorme, as well as Cecil Power, and you are an answer to a prayer.
Oh, good.
A little background, I'm an engineer. I raised 3 kids wearing t-shirts and jeans.
Yeah.
My first job before that was in the Navy wearing khaki all day. So I have no fashion sense whatsoever, but a big desire for sustainability. In fact, I've decided I'm a rebel against human extinction.
I like that. Thank you. You need a t-shirt with that on it.
That would be one good thing. So my question is I am part of a group that passes, it's called a hand-me-down. And it's a group of women that get together at somebody's house, and we bring all our clothes that we're ready to get rid of and give them out free to whoever happens to bring some. You don't have to always bring some, but it would be a great addition to have somebody like you.
I would love it.
Okay, I will definitely be in touch for myself first, because have you ever done people running for election?
I have not, but let's
Let's
see what we can
explore
do.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say to that is, I feel, I don't love the word hand-me-down. It's fine, but I like to look at it as you are giving somebody else the opportunity to step into their power. And when you have those events where people are coming and they are looking at your clothes or someone else's clothes, they are bringing new life to that clothes with their twist of it. So I would say I'm totally down, and I would be happy to give people ideas at your, like your thing, and say, oh, you could do that with that. Somebody might go, oh, I never thought of that. And then you might go, okay, give me that jacket back. But yeah, I'm happy to, so let's connect afterwards. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Pruitt with Our Peaceful Path Life Coaching. It's very complementary to a lot of things. But what I'm wondering is, how are you preserving the success stories that you have? Are you taking before and after pictures? Are you documenting it? Are you showing how what you are doing is making a difference?
So yes, I am doing that. I will tell you, I'm doing a really cool project. And part of that project is I'm going to be doing photos. What I've learned is clothing tells a story. And I'll share briefly. I had a situation when I worked at what goes around. This lady came in and I introduced myself. I said, my name is Mercedes. And she said, oh, I have an aunt named Mercy. I said, oh, that's the English version. I said, I go by Mercedes. Cool. So later she brings her sister and she introduces her sister. And she says, I have, this is Mercedes. And the sister says, oh, we had an aunt named Mercy. I said, well, I'm a namesake. I said, my middle name is Louisa because, her husband's name was Louis. And they freaked out and they said, we had an Uncle Louis. And I said, is your last name Rivera? And they said, yes. I said, they said, that's our aunt. I said, well, I'm her namesake. So we had this whole freak out moment, which then they brought me a bracelet that was hers. And so I'm on this path of telling people stories. So the before and afters, if they're willing to share the befores, because that's a big step to be vulnerable, like no makeup and looking like that, and then what it looks like. So I'm on this mission to share people's stories. And so that's something, it was neat. She said, we were at lunch and we were talking about our Aunt Mercy. And we were saying there are 3 times when you die. When you realize you're going to die, when you die, and then when your name is not spoken anymore. And then we walked into here. And I said, well, her name's not, well, knock on wood. I'm hoping to carry her name on for a long time. So there is no accidents. And I feel like people's stories people are visual, and so I want to share it. So yes, I'm working on it. Thank you.
Connect with you later, too.
Okay, great.
We did have a comment online. Alan asked for the contact information for the organization that you mentioned to donate clothing.
Okay, it's the Albuquerque Alliance League. They can go to the What Goes Around Facebook, or I'm sorry, website, and it's on there also. Assistance League, thank you. It's the Assistance League, Albuquerque Assistance League. Thank you, Gary Bender. I do whatever she tells me to do. If you have not worked with her, you should. Be brave, do whatever she tells you to do. Anything else?
So we're good?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we often do announcements here. I don't know if anyone's queued up to do that, but I will announce two things. There are two pitch competitions coming up. The application deadlines are at the end of September. They're both sponsored by the Arrowhead Center at New Mexico State University. The one at the end of October will be at Electric Playhouse, and the one in around Day of the Dead will be in El Paso. If you're interested in applying to pitch at any of those things, as I said, the deadline is late September, so you do have some time to apply. Just reach out to me and I'll give you the information to apply. And maybe you don't think you're ready to enter a pitch competition with your company, but they can't say yes unless you ask. So knock on that door and it'll open. Does anybody else have events that they want to announce? Yep.
All right, I'm Jason Burnett from Crest Leaders. We host a leadership series here at Fat Pipe once a month. That's coming up on September 28th. So there are flyers here on the table and out here and details on the screen, but it's a lunch and learn. So take your lunch hour, a quick opportunity to get a few leadership skills in. This time we're going to be talking about communication skills and delegation and working with difficult teams. So if you have people that you work with, then this could be a great opportunity for you. So it's free here. Bring your lunch, September 28th, noon to 1.
Anybody else have events? You do. All right.
Good day, everyone. I'm Julie Morell with Urban Mama 505 Kombucha. And we started our early intention yoga on Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. So you're all invited to join us before Million Cups. And we're also engaging in an art lab. So our art lab will be starting tomorrow night, Thursday night from 7 to 9 at the Kombuchery. And this is for artists, all artists, whatever you're working on or have in play for your mind. It's basically a Socratic discussion about your art and to get feedback about your art. I hope you guys can all come check it out. Thank you.
Marilyn Pruitt with Our Peaceful Path. I have a workshop coming up on the 21st of October. And I put the flyer down here so you can see it, and there will be more later. Thank you.
All right. In a moment, self-promotion. I will be interviewed today on KKOB 96.3 at 4 p.m. with TJ Trout. So listen to hear all about death and life and conscious living and being intentional and talking about that thing that kind of scares all of us. But we're welcome. We're welcoming death at 4 p.m. today. So that's all.
Great. Anybody else have events? Okay,
Yes.
there are a lot of.
Yes.
Someone, fine, go ahead, go for it.
Okay.
What you
This is
doing?
so what you're doing. If anyone wants to write a short story and publish to Amazon, I have the short storyathon October 13th through the 15th. And basically we write, we edit, we publish a short story to Amazon, and you could use it to write, you know, the beginning of your book that you've got in your brain or whatever you want to do. And so if you want to know more, go to womensthriller.writers.com and look under must-haves for events.
Okay, and I would certainly like to endorse the short storyathon. So there have been a bunch of first-time authors that just didn't think they could do it. They started on a Friday and they were on Amazon by Sunday evening. So definitely, if you've got a story in you, reach out to Sonia. We often have new folks here introduce themselves. There's an awful lot of new folks that came in as a group. So if you have someone who can speak for all those people, come up and tell us why it's suddenly so crowded in here with people we don't know. Who would like to do that? One of you large number of people can do that. I mean, there's no point in being shy if you're an entrepreneur. Here we go. And anybody else you want to introduce yourself? Graham, you already did a pretty good job of introducing yourself. If anybody else is new and wants to introduce himself, form a line up here.
Hello, this is Eri Hoshi. I am the co-founder of Kosei LLC. I came all the way from Japan, but I was actually graduated from UNM, University of New Mexico. And I used to live here for 10 years under the sunshine, but it's been very crowded this week. But we brought 15 students from Yamanashi Gakuin University and Osaka Metropolitan University from Japan to learn the entrepreneurship environment that Albuquerque, city of Albuquerque has been offering. So thank you so much for letting us, having us too. Well, we came in, but thank you so much for having us. And then please talk with them if you are interested.
Hello, my name is Patrick, and I am the founder of the Green Light Factory. I'm developing a number of offerings, one of which is a non-palliative channel, treatment channel for mental health or behavioral health. So if that catches anybody's ear, it's gonna be geared towards being kind of an expressway to get mental health treated and dealt with so that the individual can move on with their lives and advance their lives. And there's another component, kind of like a coaching component to that, to help the individual consider what their vision for the future is. Some people, I suspect a lot of people don't have a vision for the future. And unless we have a vision for the future, how can we want tomorrow? So that's it in a nutshell. I have another offering for a communal or a social road safety program. And I've actually sent letters off to the executive director of NMDOT on that one. So anyway, if any of that catches your ear, and I have a lot more in development, please come up and say hi.
Everybody, my name is Dr. Jamie Moore. I'm a clinical psychologist and a co-founder of Leading Edge Therapy. So we provide telehealth that's evidence-based and time-limited. I went to grad school out here at UNM, and we just recently moved back to the community. We've been involved in 1 Million Cups back in Missouri. So it's really fun to be here, to meet everyone, to see kind of the way 1 Million Cups is set up consistently across different spaces. So excited to get to know everyone more and continue to be meeting with folks. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Fred Lord. So we're married. Yeah, so she's a clinical psychologist. I am currently a resident physician at University of New Mexico. We're starting this business. It's a psychology private practice. It's called Leading Edge Therapy. And basically what we do is we bring the latest research in therapy, which tends to be time limited and proven to work several times in tour therapies. And we're excited to bring this service to New Mexico. So yeah. Great, thanks.
Wait, not back here. You guys are gonna present here. You know the drill, right?
Okay, perfect.
Okay, anybody else want to introduce themselves? Well, we had an international crowd here last week, and we have an international crowd here this week. This is fabulous. There is so much potential in this room. I do not worry about New Mexico and its future. So between now and next week, see if you can do something to lift up entrepreneurship here in New Mexico. See you next week.